7:32. We are here to review bids for the SLFRF projects, also known as Slurpee. Okay, Colleen, take it away. What's first?
Well, we have the two bids on the table that have come back to us with packages. There is the Pinehurst Community Building. We have 3 different bids there for most of the project on all of them. One is pretty much the complete project. Other is missing like electrical or HVAC. And we have the Horsemen's Association for their well. And as we've spoken before, their well is determining when they get that drilled will determine what happens later. So their bids are specific to just getting the well drilled initially, and that's why they are the range they are instead of the full 164,000. So it's just putting it in your court to, having reviewed them, let us know what you think on them.
Well, let's start with the Horsemen's Club, because it looks. Are you here with the Horsemen's?
Yeah, I'm actually the president of the Shoshone Rangers Saddle Club. We kind of are a subunit of them. We do Moxie and gaming, and we're a local group that have started using the facility as well. And we have about 75 members now, local people riding under our club. So we're starting to come back.
My father was president in the 70s.
Yeah, we've been around a long time, but you know, after they lost the arena in Pinehurst, we kind of faded out. But now that Leslie and Robin and all the 4-H people have done such a good job getting it going, we're trying to get everybody back involved in it as well.
Your dad was also sheriff's posse.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. And I used to ride in a few old Moxies, and I may need a hip replacement myself eventually. Yeah. Well, cool. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so with the Horse Club, what is the action we need to take next? We need to decide on to approve, to help me with the wording of a motion here.
I think it's, we have the 3 bids. There is the one that can do it within the time frame because as indicated, all the well drillers are neck deep in alligators, and so 2 years is best. So we do have, they did present the one from H12 Services. If you're comfortable that everything's been met on that and can proceed forward, then I guess it's making a motion to go ahead and approve them to sign contracts to move forward. Then you're good with that.
Okay. Any questions from the board or comments or questions? Okay. Would entertain a motion for the H12.
H2O. Is that what it's called?
H2O. H2O to move forward. So we'd be motioning to approve them to move forward, right?
The Horsemen's to go ahead and sign contracts.
To sign contracts. So I'd entertain a motion to move forward to sign contract. So moved.
I'll second it.
Seconded. Any further discussion?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. The next one was the Pinehurst.
Pinehurst Community Building.
Okay.
So they had a devil of a time getting bids in general. Their bids are not apples to apples, but they do have one that appears to be able to do the complete remodel on it. And then 2 others that were missing certain components that they would have to go out to other or who did sub to do something. So they have one company that can do a one and done. They have one that can do part of it through 2 companies and one that can do part of it through 1 company. So if you guys are comfortable with the bids, and as we discussed, the 100,000 threshold on this one, because of the type of work being done, it puts them into a different category.
Right.
So again, if you're comfortable with the work that they have done to present you the information that you feel you need to give them authorization to sign contracts as a Pinehurst Community Building.
And you did, just for clarification, everybody who received a grant or monies for over 50 was told there'd be some kind of an agreement to sign stating they're taking total responsibility for liability for their projects, right?
Correct.
You all are aware of that coming down, that you're going to be responsible we're responsible to get the funds to you and the rest of that, so that Pinehurst knows this as well.
They should. It went out in the review email that I sent out asking for, you've received this money tell me by the end of the month what you got going on, and over 50,000 are going to be receiving the grants.
And if Pinehurst asked us to consider the preference for the grant that provided all the services.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So I would entertain a motion either to approve or disapprove, Pinehurst.
I'll make a motion to approve. I feel that they did the diligent work necessary as well. And
Okay, it's
I'll
beneficial.
second it.
Seconded. Any further discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carries.
Fantastic. Okay, so
Okay.
I will work on these, and within the next week or so, based on the new information, we'll be getting out the agreements to everybody that received 50,000 or more. So you guys will be getting something on that as well, that talks about your responsibilities, paperwork that we would want for our audit purposes that I would need on file, and then just liability release for the county.
Okay. Do we have any further business?
No, not good.
Okay, public comments?
So we add one thing to the, Nick. Last time we were here, you awarded a grant to the Sportsman Association.
Mhm.
And you put it in a holding pattern so we could figure out what we're gonna do with that other grant. I think Nick is ready. He's the president. And
Well, we decided with the hatchery, the water line coming from our dam, 1,200 feet of it, is what we want to do. It has to be done. Without that water, it's not really a hatchery.
Okay.
And right now, we have a couple ponds in back with probably 40,000 fish sitting there. And they're going Benawak, and Shoshone, and then some mountain lakes for people. But then the Fish and Game has decided, or they're in the talks about raising some salmon up there for Coeur d'Alene Lake. So that's, we have this water line and we know we have a major leak down below. And it's been repaired numerous times all the way up. And we don't know how much more is leaking. So what we want to do is dig the whole thing up and replace it. And that's what we're going to use the funds for. And I've been getting prices, and I'm one of these that like to do things here. So I talked to F&H Mine Supply, and they can supply what we need and deliver it. And it's reasonable. So right now we talked about when you dig it up, you have to have bedding for the pipe. You know, we talked to Zanetti's. Zanetti said they will work with us. I said, we told them we need a price. And Joey said, don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. And we think it's a pile down by Smelterville that they can't get rid of, can't use for anything, but it'd work great for bedding.
Mhm.
So we want that water line. We need it.
And that's what we approved the funds already, right?
Yeah.
So what's the next step for them, Colleen?
Well, we wanted to make sure everybody knew
What we're
the
doing,
water.
water line, not
Okay.
not an insert.
No, we thought about that, but then it cuts down the supply. And we have two ponds in back, two alongside. And then if we want water inside for their salmon, we need a big line.
Right. Okay.
So the grant that you were talking about going after, is that coming to fruition or not? Where is that fitting into this?
it was that, what's it called? Resource restoration money.
Oh, the
That's
restoration.
what we were gonna try to get, because we know people on that committee are Fish and Game and Indians, and they're really into the fishery type things.
Mhm.
So we thought we would have a good chance at getting a grant from them to do that. But it's not a sure thing. This is a sure thing.
Okay.
And knowing that the Fish and Game would like to consider moving forward with us actually in a hatchery, we don't want to wait and lose everything down the line.
Mhm.
So is that like a later in the year, fall kind of award?
My understanding is you submit a letter suggesting what you want to do as a preliminary screening. And then they'll come back later.
Okay.
We'll tell you,
They come back and let you know if they think it's a viable option or, and then you submit your full grant. So that
Letter of
process
interest
could be, yeah, another year before. we-
Exactly what they explained to us.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same thing we heard from them.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do they need to move forward? They've let us know and they've already been given the money. So,
Yeah, and that took the what if out of,
Yeah.
out of going with it. So, yeah, you're good.
good to move forward.
Thank you.
how much was the grant?
Of course, I don't have that one handy with me.
And I don't
I
have,
think the bid for the 10-inch came in at 19,000, not a bid, but for the 10-inch estimate was,
For the 10-inch was $19,200.
that's for the pipe. And so if we get the bedding material donated, that takes a huge off. And the only other thing we need is the equipment to haul it. Bring the bedding material in. And to dig the line.
Well, I'm knowing Joey, he'll probably have some trucked up there and dumped in a pile and we can run it up.
okay. How much did we approve?
It's 25,000 and something.
Yeah, it
I
was-
remember the exact number.
Let me see if I have my spreadsheet.
Got it.
So you feel like you could still stay within that budget of what we gave you? Or come
We're
up,
gonna try. I mean, I don't know if it'll be enough, but we gotta get it done.
and this is a 10-inch that you're gonna put in?
We'd really like 12, but that's up to 26,640.
35,000,
How much?
does that look like?
Possibly.
That was,
Did you were the full, oh, that was for the full ask. and
That was the
there
full ask.
There was
Okay,
two
we did.
pieces in that.
Usually I write notes next to it, which.
yeah, that was a split.
Yeah, we did.
There's some of that was for the windows at the building. Which I think was like 13.
Yeah, and that'll have to wait.
Yeah, there's only so much money.
Well,
$25,702.
how much?
$25,702.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's what we've got. So hope and pray we can make it go.
It'll get done somehow.
Okay. All right.
Again, we'll pitch in a little extra and see what's in
You
there.
never know.
Are there any other public comments? Okay,
Thank you very much.
yeah, appreciate it. I mean, this is the easy part when you
Yeah.
can say yes and keep moving.
I have something that's not directly related, but for years, 15 years, we figure the county has provided us with a water truck to keep the dust down. Because we're not gonna get this project in by June 14th, 19. Would like to see if the county could, for the last time, make a water truck available. The same conditions as before, you have to have a licensed CDL driver. They would fill the water truck and just park it down there, then we would spray the arenas at least once a day, maybe twice a day. And you don't have to make a decision.
We
now.
can't make a decision on that now, but let me talk to Public Works, and if I don't see a problem in continuing that practice until this is done.
This will be the last year, because we're gonna have our own water next year.
So we would need to take that to a public meeting, I
Yep.
suppose.
Yep.
So let me ask Public Works where they are and we'll put it on the agenda.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right,
Thanks, Colleen, for all you do.
this meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Thanks, good to see you, Nick.
Yeah.
We'll see you Sunday, maybe.